I'm certain that you have sat on your chair, your sofa, in your bed thinking, where the hell can I go? Everywhere around me is boring. There's nothing to photograph. Well, I've come to a boring place. You will have one of these kind of places not far from you. It's, well, you can probably work it out what it is. It's a light industrial area of a town. Quite a lot of history here. I mean, if I just whiz around here and look up there, you know, that's not exactly light industrial, is it? That's Nelson's Column, I'll have you know. Obviously not Nelson's Column in the centre of London, but that up there is Britannia, and this is Great Yarmouth. Now obviously the Great Yarmouth Tourist Board is not going to be appointing me to make this kind of video, but let's face it, these places exist literally everywhere, and we shouldn't ignore them in the photographic sense of things, because there are photographs everywhere, as I really hope to prove to you here. Yes, I'm confident I can prove to you here. I haven't taken a shot yet, but I'm confident I can find some really stunning images. These kind of areas aren't known for their general aesthetics, are they? But there is a kind of aesthetic here that's always worth looking out for. Sadly, it's at the wrong end of the human kind of psyche. It's the wrong end of human endeavour, if you like. And it's just all the crap that's left laying around here. There's a great little shop down here amongst the flowers. And we're going to say dandelions, or not dandelions, some kind of water poplar. Maybe ragwort, I don't know. Maybe I'll work that out in a moment. But it's life. What I'm not necessarily encouraging anyone to do here is to go and look out and get amazing images. You'll probably find that there are amazing images, but they're not necessarily what you would think of to start with as amazing images. I did this kind of exercise in the town closer to home back in February, March. You can see a link to it up in the corner of the screen up here. But I kind of revisited that. But different place, therefore we're going to get different images. Now, one of the things you can guarantee finding in places like this is lots of straight lines. But you absolutely have to get them plumb. If they're not, if they're a little bit off, you're going to have to correct in post, otherwise it will look wrong. I had a pair of shonky Bluetooth earbuds in my pocket, and they kept randomly connecting into the phone. It ruined the audio. Here I was talking about just how the harsh light can really work to your advantage. For instance, this railing would create wonderful shadows if the light was in the right place. And then I noticed this wall, and particularly the way that vent disrupts the order of the brickwork. I must know what I'm talking about. Look, I'm pointing at it. Heck, in a minute I'm going to walk over and photograph it. Wasn't even a minute. Look, what a prediction that was. So let's talk about disruption. It's a really important element in compositions. Wherever you've got something disrupting order, your eye is drawn to that disruptor. Here we're disrupting the uniformity of the bricks with this square vent. It really pulls your eye. I'll argue that the light isn't perfect here. It would be better if we did not have that shadow. But hey, we can go back another day when the light's different, or a different time of day, wait for the cloud cover, all kinds of things. That vent is not going to go anywhere. Look, here I am again talking about some guff about another wall. You can't hear me because of the sodding bloody... I hate tech. Anyway, the photo's quite interesting. So again, a simple image, but this symmetry is important. It's just a shame there's a slight incline in the road. Oh look, I'm back again, without sound. What I'm talking about here is a view down this street. It's nothing much to look at. But that doesn't stop you taking images and then manipulating them a little bit. So this image has been made to look old, kind of 1960s in its colours and its kind of style. It doesn't look out of place despite the modern cars. The buildings of the era that the colour grade is of. Works quite well. Many of the images in this video have been edited using the DxO Nick collection. DxO is celebrating its 20th anniversary and it's giving 20% off. That's 20% off everything. There are affiliate links down below, but do rush because that offer is ending very soon. Every photo is capable of telling a picture. As I say, you'll find them kind of everywhere. In terms of how far I've walked, I've parked by Nelson's column, which if I swing you round, you can see probably, can you see? Yes, it's there between the lorry and the roof line. So what, 150 yards, something like that, and I've got 8-9 pictures, and I must have walked past 60 or more of them and ignored them, not seen them. But a story, you know, you've got a pair of gloves here just poked through this fence line. I don't know why they're there. Poked through from this side, or they poked through from the other side. It's just interesting. There's a little splash of colour to it. There's a shot. Commented earlier on the kind of lowest parts of human society, yeah, with the crap on the floors. But there's so many other ways in which humans aren't terribly considerate, and I was about to say no more than in situations like this, but yeah, I don't know the situation here. You know, this car might be parked in front of this gate that has the no parking sign right in front of it, and what does it read? It reads, hold on, no parking in front of these gates, forklift in operation. Well, it couldn't get a whole lot more in front of it if it tried. Maybe it's the car of the forklift driver, I do not know. Maybe it's there to stop some other pillock parking, I don't know. It's just an interesting shot. One thing you may have noticed throughout this video is the proportion of images that are in a 16:9 aspect ratio. Now that's not coincidence. The kind of things we're shooting here do kind of require us to narrow in. We might want to keep the sky out, or we might want to keep the pavement minimal. All of these things. I mean, yeah, I could also ignore the fact that I'd forgotten that I'd left the camera in this 16:9 aspect ratio. But that doesn't matter in the edit suite. But it does work. It really does work. Squares work as well, so long as you're keeping your subject quite central. Now you'll note I'm not trying to be clever with these compositions. They're really simple, and that's the essence of so much photography. And then I go and show you a shot that's not quite as simple. It's got this red car in it, but without the car as context, you don't get the feeling necessarily that this is an operational building or an operational area. It could be totally abandoned. Plus, of course, it's a lovely primary colour and it works really well with that blue at the top. Hey, note the tax disc in the window as well. We haven't had tax discs in this country for about 4 years. There's some nostalgia. Somehow the dude looks like he's just walking on air. I swear he isn't superimposed. Looks a little bit like one of those strange dances, doesn't it? It will come as no surprise to some of you that I've called this image the Ministry of Silly Walks. One of the biggest challenges for photographing anything like this is making sure you're absolutely square, and if you're not, no way of fixing it in post. It's interesting, isn't it? Really interesting. It's just another simple image with primary colours again, reds and blues. A few lines, a bit of texture. It just works. Let me know in the comments if you agree or not. Hands up if you can see the shot here. Hey, it's that mute again. I think he's trying to explain what it is about this shot that's really attracting him. Yeah, that must be what he's doing. I mean, you wouldn't gesticulate like that otherwise, would you? Especially seeing as I happen to know there's an adult shop right there behind him. Honestly, I didn't know it was there beforehand. Now, to my mind, this is a really complex image. There's a lot going on in a very small space. You've got all of those textures. You've got that window that's been bricked up and then another window put into it. You've got the grittiness of the whole thing, the deprivation that this image shows, and then you've got the juxtaposition of that new Mercedes. Maybe the image is more of a social comment. What does it say to you? Let me know below. But I know some of you are just waiting to see the adult shop. Yeah, I know what some of you are like. You'll have to wait. I'm beginning to flag a little bit now, so I'll leave you with a number of shots that I haven't videoed. Yeah, sometimes I just run out of power in the camera or the gimbal or whatever. Or sometimes I just want to take the photos rather than talk. Is that okay? I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found something useful. Click the like button, all of that kind of stuff. Join the channel and we'll run out with some more photos, including this rather interesting shot over my shoulder here. If you're wondering how I got it looking like this, it's using the red filter within Silver Effects. There's 20% off, but only for a couple of days now. There's an affiliate link in the description. I can assure you, if you're a photographer, you will love the Nick collection. Don't get too excited. Well, I hope the video's given you some ideas to get out there and shoot your local area, because however boring it appears, there are shots hiding everywhere. Some will be great shots, some will be not so great. But you don't have to go far. If you look through that opening in this shot here, that's the Nelson's column where I started. I've really walked a circle of, I don't know, a quarter of a mile. What more do you want? Get out there with your camera. We'll see you soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe.